everyone, and welcome to the Potscast. Did you miss me? No, nobody missed me. Anyway, moving on. I've taken my glasses off. I've decided to enjoy my retirement a bit more. I will make a post, an audio post, where I explain exactly why I've decided to enjoy my retirement more, but I don't think a weekly podcast schedule is going to work for me in my new slow down era. So yeah, I'll probably be posting more like fortnightly, but I'm not even going to stick to a plan. When I have something exciting to tell you, or what I think's exciting, and I know what I think's exciting isn't always what you think's exciting, but when I think of something exciting, I'll make a post. And also, it's going to be on Sundays, not Saturdays, because I want to do the recording on Saturday. There you go. That's why. I don't want to be recording on Fridays anymore. I feel like I'm getting rushed. So I want to start recording on Saturdays. So, why am I making this video? Because I accidentally stumbled across a pottery project. And I know that you love the pottery projects. Well, one person loves the pottery project. So here's the project, and here's how I stumbled across it. It involves being over 50, to be fair. Bye. Should we do a little story time? So I was outside walking past my buckets, specifically that bucket, looking for a bucket that had a hole in the bottom. And when I saw that, that was actually full of clay. Now, I vaguely remember getting halfway through a bucket of clay when I was processing it and thinking, oh, I'm so tired, I think I'll leave the rest and I'll give it a final pass later. Which, didn't happen. I've never worked with groggy clay, so instead of giving it a final pass, I left the grog in. It's not really grog, it's dirt. But I'm thinking, I wonder what difference it will make to the clay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this off and make some things with it and see what happens. There we go, another project. By the way, it's also pure local clay, so it could be incredibly problematic if it decides to get a bit leery. What I have here is that really groggy, I'm calling it groggy, it just means I haven't sieved it properly, piece of clay, and we're just going to test. Now I think I'm just going to make it like a beaker and a bowl. This one has a little bit of the British clay in, and I've got two balls that are just pure. So let's go for it. Now, first impressions, it's really nice to work with. It's a little bit scratchy on the hands, but that's because I'm used to working with fine clays. I was actually really impressed at how easy it was to use, considering it's local clay, and local clay is always a pain in the arse. Emboldened by the success of the British clay mix, I thought, let's just go straight for the 100%er. And look, it was really easy to work with, and again, it was quite scratchy, and I wasn't used to that, but look how quick! Bish bash bosh, bowl done. So I went straight in with the beaker. Now, trying to get a nice thin wall to go up was slightly more difficult, but I think I managed it quite well. It was slightly trickier, especially at the bottom when I was, compressing. So going back to the British clay mix, it was really easy. I think I'm going to mix the rest of the 100% with a bit of British clay because it's a little bit easier on the hands. The 100% was really scratchy. So what I was trying to do here was artistically show you the difference in smoothness or roughness between the British mix and the 100%. But I think the contrast is easier to see on the bowls because look at these two together. You can see how rough that is. And if you look at the beakers,
You can see there's going to be a really big difference in colour between the two clays. I'm excited. Are you excited? Trimming voiceover. So, the trimming wasn't that bad on the British mix. But when I got onto this, the local clay, it was a nightmare. It was so groggy, it wouldn't smooth out. I had to do most of the smoothing with a shampoo bottle. Well, a bit cut off a shampoo bottle. Anyway, yeah, really hard. I don't know if I want to do that again. And here we go with the artistic swoop. Get your motion sickness tablets. Yeah, that's what they look like now. Nice. There's a bit of smoothness going on. Can you see?
Exciting, isn't it? Well, the latest update is they survived the night. Nothing's cracked yet. Doesn't mean it won't still crack because it's not completely dry. But what we've got to do is just keep our fingers crossed throughout this whole process because we know nothing about this clay. Right. I also have some chocolate news. Look. Okay. Does anyone know what we're looking at? We're looking at raw cocoa. Raw cacao, as they call it. And trust me, it bloody stinks. There is nothing that smells worse than cacao when it's just come out of the pod and it just starts drying. It stinks to high heaven. We're at that point where it still smells, but you're starting to get a slight chocolate smell with it. So we know they're nearly dry. We know they're dry when you smell them and it smells of chocolate, then you can get on with the roasting. By the way, my mum's doing cacao. It means her little chocolate shop's going to be open again very soon. So when you have land over here, trees are just growing on the land. So when I went out onto the land and I went to my cocoa tree, I found this, a bar of chocolate. Okay, it will be a bar of chocolate eventually. Cocoa pods, people, cocoa pods. This episode of the Potscast was carefully assembled by me, Amanda, on the island of St. Lucia. Bye. If you want to have a go at doing what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, check out my pottery retreat.